Hello, dear learners. How are you doing? This is solving grade 12 mathematics university entrance examination, Ethiopian university entrance examination in English, part 8. In part 7, we have seen some of the application of sequence in the series. In this part, we proceed from where we stopped last time. Let us begin with this question. It says, a woman accepts a position with an initial salary of 4,300 Ethiopian birr per month. It is understood that she will receive an automatic increase of 300 Ethiopian birr in the very next month and each month thereafter. Which of the following is not true about her salary? That is what the question says. To solve such kind of question, what we have to do is we have to investigate whether each of these choices is true or not. Now, to save time, I have already solved this question and prepared the solution here. Let us begin. Let us see. We know that in an arithmetic sequence, we know two things. The first thing is the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic progression is given by Sn is equal to n over 2 to a1 plus n minus 1 times d, and an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 times d. But first, we need to understand the question itself, whether this question can be done using arithmetic sequence or geometric sequence. Since a woman accepts a position with an initial salary of 4,300 Ethiopian birr per month, and thereafter she will receive each month an extra 300, then this should be an arithmetic. The application for this one to solve this question must be an arithmetic. Why? Because in the second month she will receive 4,600 when 300 is added, and in the third month she will receive 4,900 Ethiopian birr, and so on. Therefore, 4,300 is considered to be the first term, and 300 is considered to be the common difference. Therefore, the application of arithmetic is the better one to solve this question. Now let us begin. What are given? A1, the first month, the initial salary of the lady is 4,300, and we say the common difference, since each month 300 Ethiopian birr is added to her salary, then D must be equal to, the common difference must be equal to 300. And here is the solution. Now let us see what A says. What is written in A. It says her salary on the 10th month will be 7,000 Ethiopian birr. Let us see whether that is true or not. Here we apply the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. A10, our n is 10, because we are asked to determine her salary in the 10th month, and therefore our n is 10. A10 is equal to, our A1 is 4,300, then replace A1 by this number, plus n minus 1. Our n is 10. 10 minus 1 becomes 9. And therefore, perform this operation. Multiply 9 by 300, which becomes 2,700. When 2,700 is added on 4,300, it becomes 7,000 Ethiopian birr, and therefore the first one is true. A is true. Let us see B. B says her total earnings during the first year will be 71,400 Ethiopian birr. Whether this is true or not, let us see again. In her total earnings during the first year. In 1 year, 1 year contains 12 months, and therefore our n in this case is 12. S12 is equal to 12 over 2, our n over 2. Then 2 multiplied by our A1 is 4,300, added with our n is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11, and therefore here 11 times 300, the common difference. 12 divided by 2 gives us 6, and 2 multiplied by 4,300 gives us 8,600, and therefore first perform the operation in the bracket and begin the operation, performing this operation by multiplication before adding to this one, and therefore here 11 times 300 gives us 3,300. When 3,300 is added on 8,600, then the result becomes 71,400 Ethiopian birr, and therefore B is also true. B is also true, which is actually unimaginable in Ethiopian context. Nobody can earn such amount of money unless he do have some connection with some corrupt authorities. And C, it says her salary at the end of the second year will be 11,200 Ethiopian birr. That is what it says. Now we apply the nth term in this case. We apply the nth term. Her salary at the end of the second year means second year, 2 years contain 24 months. Therefore here, since this salary is paid per month, and therefore we have to take N24. N24. A24, therefore A24 is equal to 4,300, the initial salary A1, plus 24 minus 1, which is N minus 1, and D is 300, and therefore 4,300 plus 23 multiplied by 300. First perform multiplication and then add the result with 4,300. 23 times 300 means 6,900 added to 4,300, then it becomes 11,200 Ethiopian birr. Therefore C is also true. C is also true. The only alternative which cannot be true unless and otherwise the question do have an error, D is the incorrect one in that case. Now let us see whether D is also correct or incorrect, or true or not true. D, it says her total earnings during the first 2 years will be 227,500 Ethiopian birr. That means the amount of money since she was hired, the amount of money she earns will be as follows. S24, we have to sum up the amount she received each month. S24, our n is 24, since we say again 2 years. S24 is equal to 24 over 2, 2 times A1, our A1 is 4,300, added with 24 minus 1, n minus 1, times 300, which is the common difference. Then 24 divided by 2, it gives us 12, and 2 multiplied by this number gives us 8,600, plus 24 minus 1 becomes 23. 23 multiplied by 300. Perform the operation in brackets first, beginning with the multiplication. Then when we multiply these two and add the resulting number with 8,600 and then multiply by 12, the result is 186,000 Ethiopian birr, and therefore this is not true. D is not true. Therefore your answer must be D in that case, which is untrue. Let us see question number 25 here. It says a carpenter was hired to build 192 desks. The first day he made 5 desks, and each day thereafter he made 2 more desks than he made the day before. How many days did it take him to finish the job? That is what the question says. The first thing you have to do is just understand the question. Understand the question. And the next thing is apply the appropriate application of sequence and the series. That's it. Now let us see. I have already solved it here to save time, since we are dealing with a number, many question. Some of them are taken from the previous entrance examination, and some of them are simply designed here, and we need to just see the one I solved earlier here. What it says, what the question says: a carpenter was hired to build a total number of 192 desks. That is the sum. Therefore, our SN, n is unknown in this case. SN is equal to 192. And here, the first day, he made 5 desks, which means A1. This is actually an arithmetic progression which is suitable to solve this particular example as well. Since each consecutive day, he add 2 more desks to the one he made the day before. That is what the question says. The first day he made 5 desks, and each day thereafter he made 2 more desks, which means the first day he made 5 desks, the next day he made 7 desks to the existing one, and the third day he made 9 desks, and so on. And therefore here the difference between the number of desks he made each day is 2. The consecutive days, each consecutive days, the number of desks he made is 2, and our D in this case is 2. And also we know that the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence, don't forget this one, Sn is equal to n over 2 multiplied by 2a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Now let us see the solution. Our Sn is given already, and replace Sn by this amount, this number, which is the total number of desks built by the carpenter. 192 is equal to our n over 2. N is unknown, which we are going to find out what n is, how many days. N is the number of days in which the carpenter built this amount of desks, and therefore it is unknown. We are going to find out. And n over 2 into 2 times the first day he made 5, 2 times 5 plus n minus 1 times our common difference is 2. Then multiply 2 by n, 2 by minus 1. That means perform first multiplication and then add with the resulting number obtained here. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 times n, 2n, 2 times minus 1, it is minus 2, and then add or subtract similar terms from one another or to one another. Then 10 minus 2 becomes 8. We have here 2n. Then you can simply multiply n by 8. It becomes 8n plus 2n times n. It is 2n squared. Then divide this expression by 2. 2 by 8, 8 divided by 2 gives us 4 for n, plus here we have 2n squared. When n, this n is multiplied by this one, 2n squared divided by 2 gives us simply n squared. Therefore, the expression becomes 192 is equal to 4n plus n squared. It becomes quadratic equation. Move 192 to the right, it becomes minus 192. N squared plus 4n minus 192 is equal to 0. This is quadratic equation. There are 3 methods to find the quadratic equation. 1, by factorization method, and 2, by completing the square method, and 3, use quadratic formula. What is factorization method? Factorization method means for quadratic equation you need to find 2 numbers whose sum is 4 and whose product gives us this constant number if there is no coefficient of n square here. And those number for this one is 16 and minus 12. 16 minus 12, replace 4n by 16 minus 12, which means factorization. Let me show you this one. Here our n square plus 16n minus again 12n, 12 minus 192 is equal to 0. Now we didn't add anything, we didn't subtract anything from this equation. We simply split this number so that the sum of those 2 numbers gives us 4 and the product gives us minus 192. These numbers are 16 and 12. When 12 is subtracted from 16, it gives us 4, and when 16 is multiplied by minus 12, it gives us minus 192. And therefore just take this together and just take these 2 again together. What is common here? N is common out n. Here n plus 16 left here, n plus 16. Again common out minus 12 from here. This is minus 12 only. Then the expression that must come in bracket must be n plus 16. N plus 16. This is known as factorization method. Factorization method, we call it factorization method. N plus 1 is common, and 12 and this n are known as factors. Collect the factor together, it becomes n minus 12 and into n plus 16, n plus 16. It is equal to 0, equal to 0. In mathematics, A times B is equal to 0 means either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0 or both. Here n minus 12 times n plus 16 is equal to 0 means either n minus 12 is equal to 0 or n plus 16 is equal to 0 or both. Therefore, here move this one, n minus 12 is equal to 0. Not use and here, not use and, just use or. Conjunction, we call it conjunction in mathematics. And or n plus 16 is equal to 0. Remember, our n is always positive. Since the number of disks is positive or 0, either there is no disk that was built by the carpenter or there are some that was built by the carpenter, and therefore here our n in this case, n is equal to minus 16 is out of the question. It is not the answer since our n is always positive, and therefore n is equal to, in this case, is 12. N represents the number of days in which the carpenter built 192 desks, and therefore the carpenter will finish the job in 12 days to build this amount of desks, 192 desks. He need 12 days. Within 12 days he will build this amount. This is known as solving quadratic here, solving quadratic by factorization method, or if you are unable to find those two numbers whose sum is equal to the middle one and whose product is equal to the constant term here, then apply the formula. Apply the formula. What is that formula? For any quadratic equation, ax squared I show you this because I have seen very talented students who knows how to solve such kind of such application, but he miss this one. He miss the last one, how to solve the quadratic, and therefore that is what here I should show you this one. Provided that a is different from 0, this kind of equation is said to be quadratic equation. The solution set is going to be the derivation is actually available, but we will see when we are dealing with solving quadratic equation in our coming next sections. Here is b square minus 4ac a, c and b are constant over 2a. Apply this one here. Here is what I have already used. I used this formula to solve this quadratic equation here. Therefore our objective is to solve this one, not quadratic, and therefore if you are interested, actually you may need to know this one. And therefore here for this question, the carpenter will finish the job within 12 days. That is C. C is the answer. And this is enough for today. Next time we will see more application of sequence in the series. Till then, please remember, just give me your comments. Comment how the way I have to present this lesson or the coming lessons. And also, if you like this video, just hit the like button or click the like button. And also, if you are not subscribed, if you didn't subscribe to this channel, please try to do that. Have a good time. See you, please. Have a nice time.